on your gift list. Maybe it's a beauty lover. If you have anyone on your gift list that drives a car, probably a few people, right? I've got a great gift idea for you. It comes from Polaroid. It's a high definition dash cam. So if you're saying, well, what exactly would I need a dash cam for? Lots of good reasons. You know, if you ever have the he said, she said in a fender bender, well, here's the final word, because this is going to be video proof of what happened. Great for a new driver on your holiday gift list, and we have it today for the last time at the featured price of under $60. Here to tell us all about it and how it works is Justin Sachoka. He always brings us great electronics here to QVC, so welcome on in.
Hey
Happy
there.
holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Good to see you.
All right, so this is an interesting idea, a dash cam. I know many times we hear like the dash cam footage. That's usually something, you know, like civil servants have.
Yeah.
This is something now, technology we can have in our own cars.
That's absolutely right. This is technology that you could bring into your home. This is what it looks like. This is 1080p. So we're not only talking about a camera that's brought to us from Polaroid, which is one of the leading, when it comes to imaging, one of those leading brands here and have been for 75 years. We're talking about a high definition camera that's going to give you crisp, clear video, whether it's in the daytime, whether it's at nighttime, no matter what, you're going to get that crisp, clear image. And really what we're using this for when we're talking about this, things like fender benders, things like when people back into your car and you don't have that proof. Well, now with this, you do. There's a lot of technology that's built into this camera that really is essential for a dashboard camera, like a motion sensor in this. So if somebody was to back into you and you're not in your car, this camera is going to turn on and instantly record so that they can capture that video, and then you have that person's license plate number, you have that make and model of that car. What you have is proof as to what happened while you were gone, and that's great.
So would that motion sensor even work if maybe somebody walked up to my car to vandalize it while I wasn't there?
Yeah, so if somebody's coming up to your car and maybe they're gonna, if they were going to key it, the front of it, and they're pushing it and there's that motion on the car, this camera is going to turn on and you're going to be able to see exactly what happened while you weren't there. And this is my car here. It's got a few bumps and bruises on it. I'll show you right up front here. This happened when somebody backed into my car in the middle of the night. I had to file a police report, and when the police officer said what happened, I said, someone backed into me. He said, well, what did the car look like? Well, I had no idea because I wasn't there. If I had this dash camera with me, I would have been able to get images. I would have been able to get proof. Right now, I have to pay to get this fixed, but that could have been different if I had proof.
Well, I do want to let you know that this is the last time we'll see it, the last day at this price, so it'll cost more come tomorrow. What is everything that I get with my dash cam?
Yes, so we're setting you up with the complete package here. So we'll start off this. This is your charging cable. So this is what goes into the cigarette lighter of your car, and that I would suggest keeping it plugged in all the time, because then it's always going to be charging when you're using it. You have that mount for that front-facing window, so that you could have this facing outside and mounted on there. You get the camera itself again.
And look how small it is. Like, this isn't something that's taking up a ton of room. Someone might not even realize that you have one, right? So if it becomes that he said, she said, you're like, well, I've got video proof. Then they might change their story real quick. Oh, okay, maybe I was at fault. So this is a very easy to install. We'll show you how that works in your car. This is also the first time we've seen this available on Easy Pay. I think this is a great idea, Justin, for a new driver. You know, so maybe somebody is getting a car for Christmas, lucky young man or woman. This would be a great kind of additional gift. Install it into the car. So I see it right there on your dash. Can you see me?
Yes, so I can see you. So actually what we're going to show here is once I turn my car on, what happens, what's cool about this is I just turned my car on, it automatically just came on. So you see within seconds, not only did that pop up, but you see that red up there up top, that means it's actually recording. So the second you turn this on, as long as you have it plugged in, it's going to start recording. But what's really cool is I can see you right now. I'm recording video. What this does is there's a 16 gigabyte micro SD card that comes with this. That 16 gigabyte micro SD card, that's constantly doing a continuous loop. So until you need something, it's always looping. So we're recording you right now. We've got you moving. So if you were to come around and you were to walk across the front and you were to take a baseball bat to the front of this car, or maybe your car to back into it, this is going to turn on. And let's actually show that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this down real quick, and we're going to simulate what it might be like in a car crash. So when I turn this off, it's going to go off. You see that dark screen. Now I'm opening up my door, and you're going to hear a bang here. So let's just say there was a car that was coming forward, and then all of a sudden it's coming up, it's backing into me, and then boom. What happens is that automatically, you see how quickly that turned on?
And now it's recording.
Is now recording. I will now have that person's license plate. I will now have that person's car, the color, the make, the model. I will now have proof as to what just happened that I otherwise would not have had if it wasn't for this Polaroid device.
And if you're wondering and thinking, well, that's a very small camera, remember it's recording in high definition.
Correct.
So once you play it back, you'll be able to read that information, see that, that license plate, see that car color, see the car make. So you'll have all that vital information that law enforcement would need to make a report, file a claim that your insurance company would need. And this could be the difference between who pays? You pay or they pay? And so it really is like having a witness when there isn't one.
That's right. It comes with a timestamp on it as well, so you have that option of having that timestamp in there. What you also do, it's a little bit of customization. If you want to go that far into it, you could record audio with this as well if you would like to. You have the option to not just take pictures or video, but you could also take pictures. So maybe there is a fender bender and you needed to take some pictures of the other cars. You could take this out. You now have a digital camera with you, all of which is being saved to that micro SD card. Again, a 16 gigabyte micro SD card is what comes with this. You can upgrade it to a 32 if you want to go out and get a micro SD card that's 32 gigabytes. You could do that as well, so you have a little bit more of that memory. But again, that motion device is what's really cool about this. If somebody was to come and hit you, if you were driving your car and you were going to get into a fender bender, into an accident, you now have all of that evidence. If somebody was driving recklessly in front of you and you call the cops and say, well, that white car just drove by me, you don't know what it is. Now with this, you will be able to get a little bit more evidence and be able to tell exactly what happened when you were on the road.
Well, this is the last day we'll be bringing you this Polaroid dash cam at the featured price of $59.98. So after today, the price goes up, and this is the first time we've actually had this on for easy payments. So for about $15, it is nice to have this kind of a peace of mind.
Yes.
It's your own little insurance policy, and to have this, I think, is a great idea for anybody that drives. So this could be the difference between, you having to pay a large claim or not, depending on what the circumstances are. E229051 is your item number. I wish I had this. I had a little fender bender, and it came down to he said, she said.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you wish you had, so you might as well get it now before that happens.
And it's nice that the technology, it doesn't have to break the bank. Like, you would think something like this would be very expensive.
Right.
Justin, thank you so much. Great idea.
Great seeing you.
All right, and if you have a minute, head to